Welcome to the Conquer Your Life podcast.
Hello, Conquer Crew. Welcome to another episode of the Conquer Your Life podcast. I am your host, Janelle Montero, and today we are talking about habits. Bad habits, good habits, we all have them. But realistically, we are going to talk about how to create healthy habits in your life that stick for long-term success, right? Because if we don't have healthy habits in our life, then let's face it, we're not setting ourselves up for success. We need habits in our life. We need to create the uncomfortable by creating habits that will energetically flow in the right direction of our goals. So, because we are what our habits, right? We are our habits. Just like you are what you eat, you are your habits. So if you have a ton of bad habits and no good habits to balance that out, then the likelihood of you creating the life that you desire, well, it's not there. So the first thing that we're going to do is take assessment of our lives. Okay. So I want you to really take assessment of your life and how you live your day, what habits you already have, good or bad, and write them down. Okay. And then I want you to also map out your day. So, productivity wise, how successful are you at being productive in no matter what you're doing, whether it be work stuff, career stuff, life stuff, stuff for your children and your family, whether it be stuff that you're trying to learn, maybe you're back in school or you're just trying to educate yourself on something new. Okay, so productivity, where are you with that? So, the best way to do this, honestly, is to log your day. Just like we log our food to accurately get a vision of where we are in our nutritional balance or not balance, right? We log in MyFitnessPal or my macros app or something like that in order to see what we are taking into our bodies. So now I want you to see what you're taking into your life, how you are living your life. So from the second you wake up at 6 a.m. or whatever it is, I want you to take assessment of your life. So you spend 5 minutes in the bathroom. You spend 5 minutes doing your makeup. You spend 10 minutes scrolling Instagram. You spend 30 minutes making breakfast and 20 minutes getting your kids out the door. I want you to map out your day and do not miss a beat. I do not miss a beat. If it's 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, I want you to put it down. You know, there is a tool on your phone that will actually tell you how much time you spend on your phone, right? Well, now you're going to see where you're spending that time. Have you ever been like, I don't spend 4 hours on my phone every day? There's no way. Well, now you're going to figure out where those 4 hours are. And I guarantee it's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes there. It's always, small bites add up, just like with nutrition, right? You only had a few bites of your child's mac and cheese. That didn't matter, but you do it 5 days a week. Okay. So you have to think about where these add up. So we're taking an accurate look at where we are in our life on a day to day, how productive we are. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, you're going to take a little bit more time to take assessment of your life. So the best tool to do with this is my Life Balance Wheel. You can actually pull up Life Balance Wheels online. This is in my self-discovery book, though. You can purchase this on my website, or if you're in my Conquer Challenge, you get one of these because we do work through this along with other things. But the Life Balance Wheel is in this. So if you're on YouTube, you see me showing everybody what I have. So in the book, all right, this tool here is something that I have lived by every single year. I take assessment, and numerous times a year I look back at it to really see how my life is balancing out and being aligned. Okay, so there's categories in this. So creating balance. We all know it's really hard to create 100% balance with everything. I'm not asking you to do that, but I do want you to know that you are capable of shifting things around so it feels aligned and in balance for you. So that is the key. make it feel balanced for you so that you're not overly stressed and anxious because you're not doing the stuff that you would love to be doing. Okay, so we need a balance of these categories. One, spirituality. Okay, this is like religion, spiritual growth, um, inner peace. It doesn't have to be like you go to church and you pray, da 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 da, right? This is your spirituality. What is spirituality to you? So that's another thing to look at. You might not have any of that in your life and you need some. Energy, your energy level, vacations, how much fun you're having on in your life, on your day to day, traveling, recreation and fun. Like, what is fun to you? This doesn't, if you don't like to travel, maybe you don't. But what is fun to you? So that helps your energy stay high on a good high vibration. Relationships, your spouse, your friends, your companions, in your career, who are you friends with and aligned with there? So your relationships that you have, okay? Your mindset, your emotional health, new skills that you're learning, intellectual development. Are you listening to audiobooks to learn? Are you taking a course here and there to learn new things? Are you activating just small things to learn? Like maybe you don't cook and you need to learn how to cook because God knows it's going to help you and your family if you learn how to cook. Health, your physical health, your sports and workouts. Are you doing, any activities like maybe you're in a adult soccer league or just going to the gym? Wellness for you. What does that look like? How much are you taking care of yourself with your regular wellness? Do you go and do cold plunges and saunas? Do you go and just get your hair done? Like that's self-care, right? Creativity, art and drawing, music, dancing, writing, hobbies and crafts. Like what are your hobbies that bring you creativity? And then your business, obviously, your career, your income growth, your career in general. Are you leveling up enough to push yourself forward so you're not just stagnant in your career that you have? Your money management. So all of these things break down into these categories. Okay. So where does that fit with habits? We know that in order to reach our goals and create the life of our dreams, we need to be bold. But without creating habits to support our goals, it's near impossible. Which is why you deserve to commit to 21 days of your life towards self-nurturing, inspiration, healthy choices, and manageable challenges that will help you conquer your life. On this 21-day motivational challenge, you will tackle 3 small tasks a day that focus on nutrition, fitness, and mindset, all leading to one massive impact. Are you struggling to commit to your goals or feeling like you've always starting but just can't finish? Then this 21-day challenge is for you. No more worrying about how you can't find time for yourself. Together, we are making time for yourself. And over these 21 days, you will create long-lasting habits within fitness, nutrition, and mindset to keep you motivated for long-term results. It's time to get off that hamster wheel, girl, and get clear on the vision of how you will reach your goals by merging all 3. We work together each day, and you will feel more confident in your life. It only takes 21 days to form a habit, and in those 21 days, you will create them. After you've completed the 21-day challenge, you even have an opportunity to send in an essay and win entry into my 3-month Conquer Challenge, which is valued at over $4,000. So why not start today? Start with the 21-day. Let's go. Well, you're first going to take an assessment of where you are in your life with your life balance wheel to get a visual picture of what is happening in your life right now and where you need to create habits to help you adjust those pieces of your life. For example, if spirituality is something that is super low on the scale for you, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's maybe a 1, you don't really have any type of relationship with a spiritual world or a religion. You, don't trust the universe enough, or, all you do is say maybe, oh, I would like this, I would like that, but you're not really putting it into play to manifest it, right? So spirituality, maybe you need some spiritual growth help. Now you need to create a habit within that area. I would highly suggest if you take a big picture of the wheel and you see an area that is lacking, majorly lacking, say spirituality is a 1 to 5, maybe put 2 habits towards that area that are going to help you on the growth scale in that area. Okay. So I would maybe you say to yourself, every single night I am going to pray in my own way. That doesn't need to be saying, Dear Lord, please help me, blah, 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 blah. Like pray in your own way. Talk to your angels, talk to spirit, talk to, maybe it is your God, whatever it is. Okay. So maybe you pray every single day while you lay in bed. That takes you're going to lay in bed anyway. Rather than thinking about all the shit you have to do the next day, pray first. And I guarantee you'll fall asleep in a much more restful state and wake up more refreshed. So then again, that's also helping the energy scale, right? Because you're getting better sleep, well-rested sleep. So that would be one habit that you might want to have, okay? Maybe in your health area, you know that you are trying hard to attack your weight, okay? You're trying to lose a little bit of weight, lose a little bit of fat, but it's just really hard for you to get to the gym. Like there's no way that you can get to the gym with your kids' schedules and running around more than maybe once or twice a week. Well, you know what? That's okay. That is great. That is so great that you can get there once or twice a week. Kudos to you for doing that because that's better than nothing, right? But what can we do every single day to create a habit around health? Okay. Around fitness specifically, not nutrition, but maybe around fitness specifically. Every day, maybe there's a break in the middle of the day where you need a little burst of energy and you're going to do 10 push-ups and a wall sit for as long as you can. That would take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, under 5 minutes for you to do that little habit every single day. Maybe it's at lunchtime. Maybe it's first thing in the morning. Maybe it's in the afternoon with your kids as something fun. Figure out what works for you and what flows for you to make it make sense, okay, in order to create that habit in your life, okay? So you have to understand that habit forming needs to work in your life. It needs to adapt in your life, but you also need to know it's not going to be easy to do. You need to force yourself to do a habit. That's why it's called a habit. And that's why it's uncomfortable to do, because we have to step out of our comfort zone and push towards it in order to make it stick. But it does take 21 days for a habit to start to form and feel good. So you need to allow yourself at least that amount of time, okay, in order to see result with it and feel good with it. I guarantee if you do it for a week, though, you're going to start to feel great. And if it's a habit that really feels good to you, ride that wave. Keep going with it. Okay. So I want you to, again, look at the big scale, look at these categories and create habits within each of the categories that works in your life. And you're going to realize that you have created some major magic and a big shift in order to reach your goals. Okay. And what are our goals? Our goals, we have many goals, but our major life goal is probably to freaking conquer it and to feel good and happy and be less stressed and enjoy our life. At the end of the day, if we are in control of our life, we feel badass. Am I right? When you feel in control of your day to day, your desires, your goals, that you are putting things into play, there's nothing stopping you once you get that ball rolling. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're starting these goals and starting these habits that don't feel natural to you, and understand that you need to make it natural in your life by constantly doing it. Okay. So if you have, let's see how many categories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories, and you create one small mini habit for each one of those, that's going to be a major impact. Now, if you can't do 8 new habits because that can be overwhelming, you might not need habits in, say, relationship. Maybe your relationships are rocking and you don't feel like you need a healthy habit around that. Then you don't need to create one there. right? But I will say healthy habits around relationships are often missed because we don't set boundaries, right? We don't even set boundaries for ourselves a lot of the time, which is definitely needed, but within relationships as well. So, really take a look. It's going to take some time to do, but I guarantee you will feel so much more clear after doing it. Okay. Now, you've heard about me talk about the 80-20 rule when it comes to nutrition and reaching your goals with that. So, you eat 80% clean foods and you have a little bit more 20% flexible dieting. You can understand that you'll still see some really good results with that, right? So we've talked about that with nutrition, but I want you to think of that as in the big year picture, okay? You have 365 days in the year. And if you take 20% of that, that's 72 days, okay? 72 days that maybe are not exactly how you planned them, right? But the other percentage, that 80%, is going towards some solid progress. You are going to end the year way ahead of where you thought you would be at the end of the year. Okay. 72 days, you could vacation. That's a lot of days of vacation, actually. Not eat as clean. You readjust things in your life. You take some time for yourself. That's a lot of time, right? So if you're being active in all of your goals and all of your habits, all those other days, could you imagine what the end of the year is going to bring you? You're going to feel amazing. So I want you to think about that for a second. Is it worth it? Yes. We talked about writing a future letter to yourself on a previous episode. And when you write a future letter to yourself and read it a year later and say, holy crap, maybe some things really came up that you didn't expect to come up. Maybe some things didn't happen that you thought would. But at the end of the day, if you are doing 80% of that 365 going towards your goals and, being aligned in all of these areas, the success of your year is going to be far beyond what you have ever achieved in the past. Okay. So look at it a little bit differently this year by doing it this way and breaking it down by the categories to create that balance, create those habits, and you will not fail. There's no way you can. There's no way you can. Even if you do a little bit of these, a little bit of the habits and you start to really blend them into your life, I guarantee your other family members, your kids, they're all going to start creating habits too. And that's pretty powerful because that builds confidence. I mean, we have a chore chart. I hate calling it chores, but it's just like things that Liliana has to do every single day. And then she has certain weekend things that she has to do. She loves that thing. She loves that chore chart because it helps her feel confident that she's doing things herself, right? Well, we get the same feeling with our own lives when we take control. So now is the time to not sit back and just want things. It is the time to take action and create these habits. I hope this podcast really helped you guys understand that you are in control of your habits and that it's not comfortable, but when you do them, it is very comfortable on the other side when you feel alive and refreshed and on your path to success. So I hope you have a wonderful week, guys. I will talk to you next time. Until then, strength, love, and light always.
Hey, Conquer Crew. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Conquer Your Life podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone else who you think will enjoy it as well. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the future tips, tricks, and motivation to conquer your life. Also, if you would please leave a rating or review, I would be forever grateful, as it helps me know I'm providing you with value and inspires me to keep providing you with some free badass content. If you are on social media, don't forget to screenshot this episode and tag me at Janelle Montero and at Conquer Life Brands. I love engaging with all of you and sharing to my stories as well. Signing off until the next episode with strength, love, and light always.